Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. A couple teams are smoking hot. A couple teams are ice cold. Either way, blaze it, baby. 420. Let's talk ball. Come on. Come on. Who am I? Gavin Williams.
J.P. Crawford.
Nice. 2-run homer. Why not? Oh. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented by Fanatics Markets, where fans trade on sports. Fanatics Markets available now on the App Store. I'm Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. Rob Scirocco's producing. Dalton Feely putting together the stats, info, and love. Hope your team had a good weekend. For some of you, you did. We got a couple 5-game win streaks on the board. We also have a very bad losing streak that will probably be talked about in the National League that has hit almost must-watch levels in the worst way, and just a ton of guys who balled out or didn't ball out this weekend. Speaking of one guy who did, Trevor Plouffe, how are you?
Jacob. It's great to be back in my seat, taking back my throne from Jolly. Thank you, Jolly, for filling in for me on Friday. I did win over the weekend as well. I am a fan of one of those teams that's on a losing streak right now. So, I don't really appreciate you starting the show off like that.
Hey, man.
But I can't wait to talk about your Yanks and some of the other teams doing really well. The Diamondbacks doing Diamondbacks things. J.P. Crawford on 420. What are we doing here, people?
New segment, a little live producing by me. This segment's called Comments from Last Episode. Movies Rule 2011. Trev was never a 162 guy. JP and Danny, they're managing Trev's load. The comments did good. I'm glad you're back. Jolly, Jollywood's just a lot these days. And by God,
Jollywood is good.
Jollywood's pretty good. That's stolen from The Office. He joined at what he thought would be the low point of the Mets season, but who knows? Who knows right now? Because it's entered an area we haven't seen a lot, especially with the expectations that team had for them. Anything before we get into it, Coach?
What do you mean by that? I feel like you're leading me somewhere.
I'm not. One, missed you.
Yeah.
Do you want to share your good news with the people? I didn't share what you did over the weekend, but
that's fine. Yeah. I was invited to play in a member guest tournament, golf tournament, and I'm not like a huge golfer. I like to do it. I don't do it a ton, but we ended up taking the whole thing down.
Whoops.
And it was cool because I told you guys before the show, I haven't really had like singular pressure on me where I actually felt it in a long time. And you know what? It felt good and I liked it. Like it wasn't like a nervous like pressure. It was like a fuck yeah pressure.
I think everyone needs to get the competitive juices going in some aspect of their life. We were joking before about our warehouse games where that sometimes you get a good version of that, sometimes you don't. But happy for you, and you an MVP, and now you're the MVP.
Let's just say he took another MVP last year, and they couldn't get the job done.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Matthew,
I'll let you guys figure out who that is, but we did.
It was Stafford and Vic last year.
Close, not too far off.
Congratulations. It's pretty good.
It's a win for the Talking Baseball family.
One of our social, because I kind of teed it up because I didn't know how much you wanted to reveal.
Put the picture up, Rob. I don't care. It's okay.
I told our socials guy reached out and he was like, "Hey, what the fuck is Trev doing?" And I was like, I told him, and he was half excited. And I was like, dude, it's with MVP 1, hoisting trophies. That's special.
A lot of interesting people there
in the world. Let's talk ball. Congrats. There it is. A couple Vesper martinis in the trophy. Is that what I'm seeing right now?
Yeah, that's classy right there. That's classy.
Kyle's going to be so happy we have that up. That will be on social media very soon. All right. Today's episode is sponsored by Shady Rays. Shady Rays are built for real sports fans. No more squinting through the sun to track a fly ball when you already have sunglasses on. Shady Rays, their polarized lenses let you track that fly ball, the scoreboard, the ump blowing the call, and the lightweight frames won't slip whether you're at the ballpark, golf course, or watching the game outside on the patio. And the best part, Shady Rays has their lost and broken protection. If you lose or break them, even right after you get them, Shady Rays replaces them. No drama, no stress, no replacement guilt, just a new pair headed your way. We have also teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com. Use code TALKIN50. 50% off 2 or more polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Because it's Monday and you're a champion, let's talk the American League. And it starts with an ALCS preview, ? Guardians and the Orioles teed it up for 4. A game that happened but didn't exist yet. Parker Messick, no, into the 9th. Gets broken up. And then the Orioles almost spoil it. They did the same thing to Yamamoto last year. Impressive start by Messick. He's had an impressive start to the season. Want to talk about him a little bit. Orioles won that second game. Bybee and Bassett both needed bounce backs, and they did. And then it was guards ball the rest of the way. Juan Burritos diving all over the field. Guardians jumped out to a big lead in that final game. Playoff Rocchio in April? Cleveland takes 3 out of 4. The Mariners take 2 out of 3 from the Texas Rangers. The Rangers have some demons with these Mariners, but they didn't on game 1 when they won a 5-0. Brandon Nimmo leadoff homer. There's a little Cops joke. Jacob deGrom. We've talked about him a good amount, and we're going to talk about him more because he's been great. Mariners, they snap a 4-game losing streak, and then they win the series. Luke Raley is destroying baseballs. Rob Refsnyder was not destroying baseballs and then destroyed his first one of the season. Randy Arozarena feeling a little slutty. He went pole dancing. Mariners take 2 out of 3. The Yankees, they sweep the Kansas City Royals. Snaps for my Yanks. Couple young studs here. Cam Schlittler, Ben Rice, Will Warren, Ryan Weathers, how are you? The Royals are in the bad place right now. There was some body language that you don't love to see, that they have the worst record in the American League right now. That is not what we expected. Yanks get the sweep. Tigers and Red Sox are finishing up a wraparound series today. Buckle up. I think, is it Marathon Day in Fenway? They're playing at 11 a.m. Sox, they won a walk-off in the green jerseys because that's how they've won every game. They've won not a joke, 7 wins in the Friday Greens, 7 walk-offs. Insane after a great pitching duel. But then it's been Tigers. Scooble and Kerry Jesus was a carpenter with a big blast. And then what is going on with Garrett Crochet? Gets knocked around again. Tigers with a chance to take 3 out of 4 today. The Cardinals, who wouldn't be American League without them, they bring the broomsticks to Houston. Did you have that before the season? No, but you might have had it now because Houston cannot pitch. Although Mikey Burrows got off to a nice start, but everything outside of that was just not good enough. Mason Wynn, winning on and off the field, back in his hometown of Houston. He has a big series. The Cardinals in the NL Central right now, everyone is winning baseball games. Nolan Gorman putting it together. There's a lot of guys in St. Louis putting it together. Yordan. Otherwise, it's been kind of tough in Houston. The Padres, they face the Angels. What a chiller series in California. Jose Soriano is putting everyone on ice right now. 5 starts, 5 wins. ERA is 0.32 maybe. Unfortunately, it was Padres the rest of the way. Ramon Laureano and Tatis each drive in 2 in that middle game. And then a little pitchers duel as they survive on getaway. But where were you when Walbert Urania came up? Because, my God, he's kind of nasty. Final American League Series. The A's and the White Sox. Oh, fire me up. The White Sox take 2 out of 3. Davis Martin putting together a couple nice starts. Colson Montgomery is back and hammering baseballs. And by the way, Murakami looks like he can play. I only say that because he went over the batter's eye in center field. Some fun moments in this one. Then he got fooled on a curveball and went yard. I don't know. I like what he's doing. White Sox take 2 out of 3, and that's what happened in the American League. Come on.
Attaboy, coach. I mean, Murakami leaning back on a few is real nice. Little Joey Gallo numbers right now.
A little bit.
But, we'll talk about that. I have the standings. I know you want them, and I'm starting to think about a Yordan Alvarez trade. What does that mean for Houston? Woo! In the American League, I'll give your Yanks their flowers. Out east, they are on top of the division. 13-9 for them. 12-9, just a half game back, are my Tampa Bay Rays. Playing the game the right way, Jake. Sometimes they do. Baltimore, my goodness, 10-12. Boston, 8-13, and Toronto, 8-13. My preseason rankings out the window right now, coach. They're tough. Don't bring them up, Bob. Don't you dare. In the Central, Twins had a nice run at the top. We had a nice run.
Yeah.
It's over. The Guardians, 13-10. The Tigers, 12-10. And my Twins back to twinning, 11-11. White Sox, 8-14. And the Royals, as you mentioned, man, 7-15. Worst record in baseball with the Mets of the National League. Out west, this one's a doozy, man. The A's, 11-11. The Rangers, 11-11. The Angels, 11-12. The Mariners, 10-13. And then Houston, just as we all thought, at the bottom of the barrel, 8-15. Those are your standings in the American League. Can't wait to talk about these series with you, Jake.
Well done, Coach Trev. I think we'll start off in your Centrale like we did through here. Guard Dogs baseball. And I look at 2 of the starting pitching performances. Parker Messick, who, I don't know, Gavin Williams' final line almost looks better than his. So those are 2 games. And then in that final game, Jose Ramirez, 2 homers, along with Rocchio. Let's talk Messick a little bit because he's kind of been the breakout pitching star for them. Gavin Williams happened last year. Messick's been the guy this year. Watching him throw in that game, I don't know if this is a little corny. Trev, you call me out if you want. There's a little Scooble in that motion, like just the way he flails a little bit. I mean, I think he sits 95, 96, but that looks like what he's copied.
It's just a lot of, arms and legs and body kind of coming at you, or as a hitter, you don't like that. You want like a nice, easy, smooth delivery because you're able to kind of sync up with that and your rhythm and your timing. But when a guy is kind of glove up there, kind of I don't want to call it it looks like he's going full throttle every pitch, but he's not. Just the body, the way it comes at you is that way. It does make it just tougher to see the ball out of the hand. Then when you got, 4 or 5 pitches that you can throw for a strike like he does, I mean, it becomes very difficult to you're going to see swings like that. On some of these pitches. I mean, he's a real deal pitcher. He's got stuff, but he knows how to go in and out of the zone when he needs to. He can fill it. He can make you chase, and he's got a pretty good defense behind him too.
Yeah, he just as Rob's rolling the tape there on the YouTube, saw J Ram make a patented backhand play. Stephen Kwan at the wall as he's moved to center field this year. People forget. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the other thing for me this series, Jose Ramirez, 28th career multi-homer game. That's the most in Cleveland history. 6 homers and 10 stolen bases to start the year. Since 1900, only 8 other players have done that through their first 23 games. And yeah, it's just a talking baseball tradition going back to the start of the show, being like, yeah, Jose Ramirez probably is a little underrated because he just does the same thing every year.
Yeah, and the beginning of this series, the kind of usual cast of characters was doing it. Rocchio, Schneemann, Brito had some hits, and then come game 4 when you're trying to win the series, you get a 2-homer day by Jose Ramirez. And Cantillo looked good as well until I believe it was like the 5th inning. He ended up giving up some runs. But they've been getting pitching, they've getting timely hitting, and then you get every once in a while, not every once in a while, like a bunch of times, a Jose Ramirez game like that. And that's just kind of how the Guardians do it. And snaps to our guy Austin Hedges.
Oh.
Proposing on the field in his uniform.
Why not?
Yeah.
Nothing he can't do. One of Chris Rose's baseball love children. Yeah, and hey, we'd be telling a very different story because with all of that, with special pitching performances, with Jose Ramirez, I mentioned Juan Brito on the way through. If he doesn't make a big play in the 9th inning of that first game, we could be telling a very different story. Orioles, little hiccup for them, but it could also be in Cleveland facing those guys. They do that to a lot of teams. The Seattle Mariners take 2 out of 3 from the Texas Rangers. I mentioned that Seattle has been a little bit of a house of a horrors, for the Texas Rangers. Just make sure you get all the vowels out, little guy. Wow. Texas recorded their first shutout in Seattle since September of 2022. We had the nailer being thrown out at home on this play, which if you're looking for comical sends, we've got one of those. Nimmo has been amazing for the Texas Rangers, former Met.
We texted about this play right away. This send is tough. Naylor's like, wait, what? Really? Like when you have to pump the brakes and not even make it to the plate, that's a tough send right there.
What happens there?
I think it's like, hey, we're down 2-0. I believe this was 2 outs right here as well, and it's just like, let's try. Let's like surprise the left fielder.
Yeah.
But like when you have the ball, you're a big leaguer. It's like, oh, like I have to throw the ball 150 feet.
It was shallow. Naylor doesn't run the bases.
That was a tough one. Hey, but it doesn't matter for Seattle because they came back and won the freaking series.
Does not matter. I mentioned Luke Raley. If you like a majestic home run, he just hit an absolute beauty the other day. And Brian Wu, back on his quality start train. The Texas Rangers have not won a series in Seattle since May of 2023. The Rangers are 10-40 at T-Mobile Park since 2020. That's atrocious. And that's a team in your division. You play there a lot.
We talk about Brian Wu in the last game, but George Kirby has incredible numbers versus the Rangers. 12 starts, 74 and a third to a 1.33 ERA. If you don't like that, how about the 0.83 whip? How about that?
I do like that.
You do like that.
I do like that. Bob Refsnyder getting off his 0 for 18, hitting a homer off Mackenzie Gore. He gives up a couple. The AL West standings right now is not what you or I had to start the year. That it'll be interesting. I mean, right now the Rangers and Athletics are on top at 500. That Seattle still kind of fine, even though it hasn't been their ideal start. They have a positive run differential. Houston, on the other hand, I'm still not quite sure to do with because, golly, it's a rough watch.
We're not there yet, but it's looking old, and it's looking like they're going to have to score a ton of runs, and I don't know if they have that in them.
I mean, they've been scoring, and it's still
it's
second in runs, but 30th in ERA. That's your net.
To keep that up is tough. Behind every game, having to come back, all those things, it adds up over the season. Just becomes more and more pressure on that offense. Once they trade Yordan, we'll see what happens.
Well, we might as well. We're already there a little bit. We could come back to the AL Beast. It's a lot of Yordan, who's leading Major League Baseball in home runs, who's leading baseball in RBI, total bases, pretty much whatever you're looking for. A 1.26.
He's a sicko, dude.
He's a sick puppy. That stadium.
I'm just joking about him being traded, but I also started to really think about it too. He's got 2 years left after this at $26 million per. He would fetch some prospects or whatever you wanted. I mean, this guy is essentially a top 3. He's a top 3 hitter in all of baseball. Do you have that at all? That was just a weird thought before the show started. I was kind of looking over some numbers. I saw that he had the 2 years left. I'm like, okay, well, where are they? the Astros are at now. And then like, I don't think they have a ton on the way, and they are an older team on the field right now. Like, would that happen? They don't care about keeping people. They never have.
Yeah. Yeah, the sicko thought was, where did the Dodgers slide Yordan in the lineup? But yeah, that Shohei guy DHs.
Bring him home. Bring him home.
Bring him back. That's right. The story in Houston should be St. Louis because they swept. They've been playing very strong baseball. My Cardinals that I've hitched up on their wagon, partially because their coaching staff flirted with me at winter meetings, and partially because you looked at the roster and it's not bad. I'll tell you what, I've been very impressed. They've got a lot of guys walking in their lineup. Weatherholt, Herrera, Jordan Walker's been one of the best players in baseball. That they're kind of a grindy team right now, that if they get a pitching performance, which their pitching stats on the whole aren't great, but they're doing enough to be the 13-8 St. Louis Cardinals right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've done it kind of in different ways along the way. Some of the young guys come up and doing. You mentioned Weatherholt. He's playing good defense, and that's kind of like a theme of this entire team. I believe right now they are the best defensive team in all of baseball, which is when you go a little bit younger like they have. Sometimes that could be a good thing. Sometimes that could be a bad thing. But for them right now, I mean, it's kind of what they've relied on. Some timely hitting, whether it's moving runners, taking the extra base, or getting a big homer in situations. They've been able to do that and kind of like spread it out throughout the lineup. And obviously you have a guy like a Jordan Walker, and Weatherholt's been, really good for, just coming up and, in his rookie campaign. And then a guy like McGreevy, kind of like when you get his starts with the way he looks, he's been a guy that you can really rely on. So it's kind of been spread all over the place with how they're getting these victories. But talk about like a much more fun watch than what we've seen over the last couple of years in St. Louis. And you always say, give Heim time. Maybe he doesn't need as much time as we thought.
Yeah, man. It's just the ball player sniff test. It was like, okay, what if Weatherholt lives up to the hype? Mason Wynn is a ball player. I'm not sure to what level. Gorman, ball player. Burleson, ball player. Jordan Walker, we hoped, and now he's been amazing. Herrera, that it's like, okay, so wait. This Cardinals team can play. Again, the pitching is the fear, and
yes,
it's currently not tracking well. That let's see how that sustains. And Houston, man. Woof. Today's episode is sponsored by SoFi. For a lot of people, getting into crypto has always felt a little overwhelming. Trading platforms can seem complicated, and there's often hesitation around using unfamiliar apps instead of a trusted financial institution, but that's where SoFi comes in. SoFi is the first nationally chartered bank where you can buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrency, all from one simple, easy-to-use app. With access to 25-plus cryptocurrencies on a federally regulated platform, SoFi offers the added confidence and safeguards you'd expect from a bank. The best part, it's all integrated into the same app you already use for your finances, meaning you can manage your crypto right alongside your checkings, savings, and investments. And from now until June 30th, new SoFi crypto members can receive up to $1,000 to help kickstart their crypto journey. Crypto is inherently risky, and you need to make sure it's right for your financial situation. But if you're ready to explore crypto with SoFi, visit SoFi.com/JohnBoy to start your crypto journey. A little alias, what do you want from my Yanks or from the Royals? Because it's Royals were tough.
Weird drama with the Royals. I do want to give your guy Ben Rice some. Do you have anything for him later?
I do not.
Okay, so I believe it was game one. Yeah, it was. Walker's throwing. Rob's showing the homer there. First at bat, he K's him on that changeup.
Yes.
Makes him look foolish almost. And then second at bat, I believe that was, or bat later in the game, same pitch goes back to it. And he makes the adjustment. Like that to me, like those are like, that's big time. That's big league hitter stuff right there. I always go back to, there was a Miguel Cabrera versus, gosh, who was it? Was it Mariano Rivera or somebody? Gosh, maybe it was Garrett Cole got him on a changeup and then came back to it again later in the game and hits a homer. Like, it's just, when you can make an adjustment like that in game, it's really telling of what kind of hitter you are. And I think he's got 4 consecutive games with a homer. You guys have talked about him for a long time, and he's showing up, man. Like I'm tipping the cap to Ben Rice.
He's probably been the second best hitter in baseball to Yordan. And yeah, man, there was a lot of the advanced stats were saying how unlucky he was last year, and if you're expected WOBA type person, which does generally have the best hitters in baseball up there. I mean, Ben Rice is up there. So it's been cool to see. He gets 2 homers off lefties, which last year he hit 200 on the nose against lefties with some slug, but that changes the Yankees' outlook a little bit. Cool moment. Ryan McMahon, who's in the bad place right now, hits a game-winning homer in the 8th
what was
inning.
that homer? What was that about?
What?
That looked like there was a fan pushing that ball out. Like when they showed the side swing of that,
Angels in the outfield, dog.
it looked like he popped it up to the catcher.
He there's pop in that bat. He just haven't been running into things. Oh, come on.
I mean, from that angle, it looked good. Then they showed it one just like right next to him in the other batter's box. I was like, oh my goodness. I'm happy for him, man.
Yeah, he needed to feel something good. So do the Royals. And yeah, not to knock the Yanks, who Schlittler shoved, Warren shoved, and Weather shoved. The Royals offense right now, they're struggling with velo, which is a really bad place to be. The body language by the third day was kind of like, get us the hell out of here.
Well, 2 things. Okay. I texted Vinny P on our group chat that he might hit a home run every game, and we got crickets.
Yeah.
That never happened. So I know crickets. That they're pressing, they want to win, they're locked in right now, and sometimes maybe need to loosen up a little bit in those situations. But then we got the Sal Perez, Quatraro, like online beef that maybe it isn't a beef, but also like Sal.
Yeah.
Sal's a savvy vet. Like, I don't think he's just firing out a random tweet and just like not thinking about doing it, right? Like,
it's a fire
but also, why not just go in and tell your manager just exactly that? Like, it was a very interesting thing for me, and I know it kind of ended up. They say they're fine, they don't have a beef, but that's a weird situation, man, in Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're of the list of underachieving teams so far in baseball, Kansas City, the New York Mets, the Houston Astros, and then, I mean, probably the Boston Red Sox, who they're, like we said, they're wrapping up today with a 4-gamer, so they could get a 4-game split with Detroit, which normally when we talk about that on these episodes, you say, hey, well, all right, a couple teams locked horns. If they don't, they're going to have lost 3 or 4, and they're going to have one of the worst records in baseball. That I don't know. I think the storyline is the Tigers have kind of kicked into gear here. Ranger Suarez has a nasty Ranger Suarez-esque performance, which is what you want to see. I think Crochet's the story, though. Like, I guess, how worried should Red Sox fans be?
Well, the velo was back this game. And I told Dalton before, like, the Twins said they didn't have anything on him. They were sitting on some pitches. It really shocked me if they didn't have something on him. And then this game was kind of like in the rain, misty, a little bit cold. Like, I don't know. Can you chalk it up to just 2 bad starts? I think we might, at the end of the season, be like, oh, yeah, that was just a weird blip on the radar. He was, the location wasn't great. He typically, like, doesn't necessarily need that because the stuff is so good. But I mean, yeah, I'm still pumping the brakes on, like, hey, there's something going on with Crochet. I think it's just a 2 bad start.
I tend to agree. And just an update, Talking Baseball fans probably kind of know this. McGonigal's just might be my favorite player in the league right now. The way he plays, it just like it hits a chord with me that I'm trying to think of another player. Like, we're in a league of freak shows, and by his own accord, he is a freak show playing MLB baseball at this high of a level. But dude, 5'9", it feels like everything he does. I just like his batting stance. I like how he approaches pitches. I like the way he plays. Like, every box he checks. Like, I wouldn't change a thing about him.
No, we talked about his swing. He's just like a pure type hitter, like nose down on the ball, like going to put the barrel to it somewhere. Look at it. He's just right there. Like all over the strike zone, a ton of plate coverage, playing good defense. I mean, he's putting together some crazy numbers right now. I'm looking at the slash line right now. It's 312, 411, 481 for the 892. This is a guy who's 21 years old, Jake. He's 21 years old in the show.
It's nuts. It's like there's no fear.
That's a good way to put it. No fear. Like I said, he grinds out those at bats, and like he'll foul the pitches off. He's just going to get the big part of the bat to the ball.
Which
is like
dude.
kind of all there is to hitting. If you can do that, you're going to be okay.
Somehow that's left baseball.
Not our franchise.
Like a couple, I know. There's a couple orgs that would say, McGonagall, we got to hit the ball in the air more. Like, no.
Let him do his thing.
Do that.
I told MVP about my idea to just not know anybody's age on my team.
Nice.
He loved it.
Okay.
So we're in.
Okay.
I would never know that he was 21. Just a good hitter.
Right?
Yeah. He's just a good hitter.
It's interesting. Red Sox 0-13 when their starter fails to complete 6 innings. 8-0 when they make it through 6. Okay.
Seems like something there. I didn't know that the green jersey stuff is pretty crazy. 7-5 all time, all 7 wins have been walk-offs. That's crazy.
It's nutty. It's one of those things that when you talk dumb baseball stats, like how could that possibly be real? As Yoshida chops one to win a 1-0 game, Suarez and Mize out there dueling. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that.
I saw our good buddy Jared tweet out about Yoshida. He said something like pants to all the way to the armpits, gets the knock to win the game.
Hey, there's a guy whose goal is to just put the barrel on the ball.
He does have those things pulled up past the waist.
It's traditional. I mean, he's never got yelled at for sagging, Did you ever get yelled at for sagging your pants?
No, I was not a sagger.
I was never a sagging guy.
No.
Can I ask another thing? Let's start taking this off the rails. What's with people that just aren't trying to sag, but they don't have their pants and sometimes their undergarments over their butt? Some people just have their butt out.
I'll tell you why, and I'm experiencing this right now. This is actually embarrassing for me, but I'm going to go because I love the people. When I was working out and squatting a lot, I had a nice butt.
Oh.
And the butt kept it up.
Interesting.
And then I started running and literally ran my ass off.
Mm.
And I would find myself having to use my belt a lot to keep my pants up.
Okay.
I didn't have the shelf.
Right.
So I don't want to body shame if you got a flat booty and the pants are there. But I think that's a lot of it. The guys that you see with the exposing like that, I think they just need to squat a little bit. You don't have that problem, Pop. You got a nice set of legs on you.
I've got some nice legs. I'll agree with that. My butt should be a little bigger for what I'm operating with downstairs. Rob, there was a viral foul ball the other week where a guy's pants were down.
Do not.
We can't put that up.
No,
we can't put
too much.
But I guess that's what how does that happen? Because that gentleman's pants weren't on.
Because people don't use belts anymore either. We're a society now that's just an elastic waistband for everything.
Oh, the decline of the belt.
Belts. We need to bring back belts.
Yeah, I wear belts.
I like a nice belt.
Okay, I'm glad we covered that. Yoshida batting 300, 462, and 862 OPS.
All right.
I think that guy can hit.
Shout out Dylan Dingler. Didn't even talk about him. Just pumping crochet dead center right there. Again, that was kind of just like a missed spot.
There's a little teaser. Dylan Dingler might be mentioned later.
Oh, I don't know that.
Not me. I think it could be a Fuego type situation.
Oh.
Holy smokes.
Right.
It might be you.
Sheesh.
Red Sox are 2-11 when Yoshida plays. Dalt from the top rope. It's not
2-11
fault.
when he plays?
Yeah.
He literally walked the game off.
I'm
Shout out
moving on
Framber,
from
too.
What's that?
Bounce back start for Framber.
Yeah. Never been worried about him. Well, there was one time. Final two AL series. Padres take 2 out of 3 from the Halos. Jose Soriano is the Halo story right now. Has been the best pitcher in baseball, but Padres come through. Mason Miller extends a scoreless streak. Jackson Merrill robs another homer that him or Tatis was going to get. That it's just like, what kind of freak shows do they have in their outfield? What else do you have, Coach?
Oh, my gosh. I want to see this. Get up. So good.
They're both there.
Laureano hitting leadoff for them, I think, is interesting, but it's working. You mentioned, let's just get a little Angels talk here. Soriano, yes, he's been absolutely filthy. This guy, Urena, who I think he just made a start because
they pushed Detmers back.
They wanted to push Detmers back. Did they just find this guy out of nowhere? He's disgusting.
Yeah. I had to do a double check because I was like, it's like Urena. Is that Jose Urena? And then I saw him throw a 91-mile-per-hour changeup, and I was like, that is not. Who do we got here? Oh, it's Wahlberg.
It's Wahlberg.
He looked good. He looks really good.
It looks pretty freaking nasty, man. A nice series for the Padres. You mentioned Mason Miller doing it. Bogarts had a nice play up the middle. I don't know. The Padres, number one, first of all, shout out new owner, $3.9 billion.
Yeah, how about
they
that?
sold the team for, which that is, I don't know if the other owners, I'm sure they're happy, but at the same time, their whole CBA, that's not a good start for them in negotiations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Point for the players. Okay.
Huge point for the players. A 3.9 val, whatever Forbes had their valuation at coming into the year, they do those prediction or projections or whatever. Definitely was not 3.9.
Yeah.
I bet they had him 2 something in that. We should try to find that out, Rob, if we could. That's massive for Padres fans, by the way. Massive for Padres fans.
3-1, Bill, March 2026.
3-1. So
yeah.
I mean,
$800 million.
Quick math on that.
What'd
We're talking 25% above asking price.
Oh, Stanford
Did I nail
man.
that?
Dalt gave a thumbs up. I'm not going to try to crunch those numbers.
Love that, man. 10 of 11 for the Padres, 13 of their last 15. They're running hot right now, man.
Second best record in baseball still. They're a really strong team. 2 teams that will be interested to see how they continue their success are, White Sox A's. Although White Sox take the series, and I don't know, Murakami, I hit him on the way through. Like you mentioned, it is Gallo-esque. I think it's 200 on the nose, but 8 home runs has him as one of the leaders in baseball on that. Man, when he gets it, that's a 98-mile-per-hour fastball, by the way, which we were told the velo was going to be the problem with this guy. He's a fun story. That A's walk-off win was fun. Dallas Braden with some interesting, the pitcher was in the lineup. Why didn't they walk to him?
Yeah, I'm also a Dallas. How does that even happen?
Yeah.
How does that happen? I'm sure they had someone on the bench. They would have had the pinch hit, but then you lose your pitch. There's all sorts of things that could go there, but at least make him make that decision, and then load the bases and have force outs everywhere. And instead, you just pitch to Max Muncy, who's a younger, better version of me, and you lose the game. Weird. Colson Montgomery, by the way, sneaky. I think 5 homers already. He's just going to be a 30-homer shortstop, and we don't even talk about this guy?
The power's ridiculous. I think we're talking about him.
Okay. I want to make sure we do, because we got a lot of young, fun players, and I feel like he doesn't get lumped into them.
Yeah, I think there's just a little bit of, I don't want to say fear.
We're talking McGonigal. We're talking Weatherhole, all these guys, and I think Colson deserves to be put with them.
You're not wrong. I think there's a little Yeah, I'm not going to say fear at all. I think it's a stud. It's just what level of stud he is. And yeah, he's in that boat. He kind of did it last year.
He did it.
And hey, if the White Sox start getting more pitching performances like they did from Martin and Schultz, we'll talk about them more. And hey, Athletics, you're on top of the leaderboard there. So, and we have a fun one for you guys. If you missed it last week, we do our JM Football Combine. It's a yearly video. There's a couple videos. Our guy Justin Pennick and a bunch of other John Boy Media creators ran it back this year. They've gamified it. You got some silly stuff. You got some serious stuff. It's one of the more fun pieces of content. Jolly's involved in there. Make sure you check it out. There's a link in the description. Let's do some National League. Well, the story of baseball maybe is the New York Mets because they got swept by the Chicago Cubs. It's an L11 for the Metropolitans, but let's give the Cubbies some runs because they knocked it around the ballpark on that first game. Ballesteros and Hoerner go big fly. How do you like that? Ian Happ is a slugger these days. Have you seen that? Slugging near the sixes. That helped on that middle game along with Tyone and Carson Kelly with a big pinch hit 3-run homer. And then it's 1-0 Mets. It's the 9th inning. Cubs tie it. Cubs win it in the 10th. Another situation where they probably should have intentionally walked the bases loaded. Instead, Nico Hoerner walks it off because that's what he does. Mets are in the bad place. Cubbies, although that NL Central, get ready for the standings. The Atlanta Braves. Hey, more Mets hell. The Braves sweep, although I guess it's not pure hell because it's against the Phillies, who are sneaky being covered up by a lot of the other bad teams. The Braves are absolutely rolling. 15-7, 5-game win streak, 9 out of 11. And man, they made that ballpark look small a little bit. Austin Riley heading the other way. Might hear some Martin Perez later. And Chris Salt and Pepper, Chris Sale. Watch your lips. Braves playing amazing. The Pittsburgh Pirates took 2 out of 3 from the Tampa Bay Rays. The only thing that could stop them was the rain. On Skeens Day, Skeens was rolling. The Pirates were rolling. The rain came. Skeens was done. The Pirates were done. Rays end up winning that one in 13 innings. But outside of that, the Pirates take the bread game. Spencer Horwitz. Interesting stat on him coming up. And we got to talk about Connor Griffin because your boy's all over the place. The Toronto Blue Jays and the Arizona Diamondbacks played 3, and the Diamondbacks won 2 out of 3. They just keep winning series, man. And the Blue Jays kind of doing the opposite. They salvaged that final game as they knock Ryan Nelson around, but Corbin Carroll with the go-ahead grand slam off of Jeff Hoffman, and Mike Soroka mad at me. I keep trying to put him in the bullpen. He's having a fantastic start to the season out of the D-backs rotation. The San Francisco Giants win a series against the Nationals. They take the first 2 games. 10-plus runs for the first time this year. Drew Gilbert choking out the Nationals, if you will. James Wood is a special player. I keep saying that every episode. Matt Chapman delivering game-winning RBIs. Nats shut him out on that final game. Michaelis and Andrew Alvarez, where were you? The Brewers, they take 2 out of 3 from Miami, and that's obvious question mark, a little small ball. Some bad Marlins defense late that the Brewers win it with some big extra innings, offensive output. Brewers win that middle game. Bryce Terang, dude, I forget if I'm talking about him more later. I don't know. He deserves to be talked about because if we're talking about Hoerner, what this guy is doing is just as special. Marlins avoid the sweep. Javier Sonoja, all-Storielli team, big pinch hit. Rockies take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. They have a wraparound series that finishes today. Glasnow and the boys, Max Muncy, the other one, they hold them off, but it's been a rock pile since, including a big offensive output. Mickey Moniak, you know he was involved. Let's see if they can win the series today. And then your best Western Road Warriors, it's the Cincinnati Reds, who went into Minnesota and swept the formerly first-place Twins. the the Reds keep winning close games, and this series was no different. A 2-1 win in that first one, extra innings win in the final game. They survived some great Twins starting pitching, but it wasn't enough. Gino Suarez showing up at third base, TJ Friedl with a clutch hit. That is your Best Western Road Warriors. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. That's what happened in the National League.
Oh, Twins. Baba, before I do the standings, I need you to get Javier Sanoja's RBI from yesterday on Sunday. We need it for Jake just to get him real aged up.
Yeah.
But I do have the standings ready, and we'll start. Let's start out west, the National League. The Dodgers still on top of the division, 15-6, but only a half game above those Padres who are going, man. I'm so happy the Padres are good. Yeah. I want them to be good. I like it. I still think they got to figure out the starting pitching, but, it'll be okay. 15-7 for them. The Snakes, man, holy shnikey, they're doing Snakes things. We'll talk about it. 13-9 for them. The Rockies, after taking 2 of 3 from the Dodgers, so far 9-13, and the Giants, who are just another. I don't even know if they're a disappointment, Jake, or they just are who they are.
I got a little bit of Giant stock. I have the slightest bit of Giant stock. I might even buy a little more.
I'm curious your reasoning.
Yeah.
Need to know. Is it just all Drew Gilbert and your choke fetish?
Yeah, a little bit.
In the Central, Cincinnati 14-8. The Cardinals 13-8, a half game back. The Pirates 13-9. The Cubs 12-9, and the Brewers 12-9. Every single team at least 3 games over 500 in the NL Central. We've always been a Central pod.
Crazy,
no East Coast, West Coast bias here. In the NL East, the Braves. Can't wait to talk about them. I think they're one of the surprises of the season. 15-7 for them. Nobody else over 500. The Marlins and the Nationals both 10-12. The Phillies, oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude.
8-13. And the Mets, who are on an L11, are 7-15. Those are the standings in the National League. Please play Javier Sanoja's. Let's just get to it.
Oh.
Did you see it?
Just jump there. I did see it. I mean, my guy's a grinder.
In the teal?
There's a reason he's on the All-Storielli team with some standing.
I mean, just a foot off the plate, and then just watch the hip gyration at second base. Can we get it, Bobo?
He's easy with the hip gyration at second base.
All
that's the National League starts with the 10-12 Marlins. Yeah, you can't hit it if you don't swing.
Let me have this.
And those Marlins unis, it doesn't get better. 3-2, yeah. That's baseball.
That's so good.
We've got a couple teams that are H'd up. I don't know if my New York Yankees are hanging dong after some hits,
saw that,
which is just insane.
Have they been asked about that?
I don't think so. I think it's kind of a don't ask, don't tell. The Dodgers have been throwing hips for years.
Yeah.
Who was it? Is it the Cincinnati Reds who were just thrusting at second base too? We got a couple teams that there's a lot of testosterone on the field.
Yeah.
There just is. Let's rip the Band-Aid off because the Cubs and the whole NL Central, like you said, deserve snaps because every team is playing well. The Mets have become the storyline of baseball. The losing streak has hit 11. Some of the betting sites are taking bets. When are the Mets going to win a game again? It's everything, Coach Trev. That I just want your thoughts on the whole deal.
Which one, Cubs or Mets?
Mets.
Well, offensively, just kind of non-existent. If we're being honest here, I mean, in this series alone, 7 total runs in 3 games. I mean, it's a little bit of everywhere. The starting pitching has not been great. Again, offensively hasn't been there. Defensively, a lot of mental mishaps, regular old errors, people playing at different positions that maybe they shouldn't be playing. It's starting to look like a flawed roster, which some people were saying, and I wasn't one of them, Jake. I said, these guys will figure it out. I think these guys are good enough. They're going to hit. Obviously, missing Juan Soto hurts, but you got to be able to pick up the slack when your big guy's out, and they just have not been able to do that. It's become a very, very tough watch for the Mets. It just nothing is going their way whatsoever. You mentioned, I mean, Devin Williams hasn't got to pitch a ton in this losing streak, but when he does have the the opportunity to close one out, he doesn't get the job done. It's just like to me that's one of the rougher things too. Is we know it hasn't been happening for them, but when you're ready to win a game and you have your guy in, and it doesn't happen. I mean, to me that means it's going to continue to happen. That game right there on Sunday, when they had a chance to win it and they don't, I feel like it starts to snowball. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 15 in a row.
Michael Conforto with the hit.
That's true.
That's
a tough one.
That's a little twist of the knife. Yeah, I'm not going to take a victory lap yet. It's a long season, and hey, maybe you're getting it out of the way. 4 teams in MLB history have lost 10 or more games in a row and made the playoffs. The last 2025 Guard Dog. So hey, it's crazier things have happened, but at one point you need to win a game. And then you got to figure it out from there, and you got to get Soto back, and you need Lindor to play better, and you need all of it to be better. I think in the last 11 games, 62-19. That's
sheesh.
It's not competitive. So, on the other side of this, the Cubs do deserve some snaps. Again, baseball can lead you down a good path and a bad path when you're getting a Carson Kelly pinch hit home run to kind of open up that second game. That matters. And yeah, it's a lot of impressive guys on the field that this NL Central has become a ton of fun. And we dreamt of days like this. It feels kind of real as the Cubs and the Brewers are tied for last place at 12-9.
Basically, you get 3 quality starts out of these Cubs starting pitchers. Cabrera gets one, Tyone gets one, and then Javier Assad is 1 out away from getting one. So that you got to love that. You mentioned Ian Happ kind of finding the power stroke, which is great. Seiya Suzuki still doing it. We were talking a little bit of smack up by Astros before the show.
Oh,
just about being slow. That's
yeah.
Fine. There's a lot of slow guys. Was that during the show?
That was before the show. No, we're just him and Basayo. Like, both of them can hit, and they're gonna need to hit a lot because they're not fleet of foot.
No, not at all. Actually, Dalton brought that one up. You said Basayo. I said the Twins as a team.
You said the whole Twins team outside of Buxton.
Very slow. That's how it started.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the Cubs looking good in a very tough division, apparently, which I didn't really have. The Cardinals being as good as they've been. Some people had the Pirates. I wasn't a super believer. I still iffy on the Pirates, but it's looking, Jake, like we're gonna have a hell of a race there in the Central.
If you're into Fangraphs percentages, which a lot of you probably are, right now it has the Pirates with the highest odds to make the playoffs in the NL Central. It's a lot of ball to go, and that can change quickly, and it's very close to the Cubbies, but just interesting to think about. Big stretch for the Cubbies coming up. They host the Phillies, who we mentioned they're in a tough place right now, and then they do a West Coast road trip, Dodgers-Padres. So we'll find out a little bit more about these Cubbies in the next couple weeks, and they've had the injury bug, man. No Matthew Boyd, obviously Horton Steele, Daniel Palencia on the All-Story LA team out of that bullpen right now, but they find a way. They're a deep, good team.
The Mets infield right now. Let's just put Beatty at first. Okay. Sure. 483 OPS. Marcus Semien at second base, 606 OPS. Francisco Lindor, 600 OPS. Bo Bichette, 538 OPS.
That can change.
It can change. It needs to change, Coach.
It has to.
Sheesh, man.
It has to. I think.
Soto needs to come back. I don't know. I mean, that's obviously a spark. When is he coming back? Is it soon?
I think soonish, but I don't.
We need it. They need it.
That can mean a lot of different things. Speaking of the the Phillies are getting their stink covered up a little bit by the New York Mets. And the Atlanta Braves are the only divisional team that have a real lead right now. They got a 5-game lead in the NL East come 420. They're doing it on all fronts. They're getting, whether it's Austin Riley having a first multi-homer game in about a year, Martin Perez, who I think you're talking about later, Dubon is putting, it's all clicking for the Braves.
The Braves are doing literally everything right now. You go to their Fangraphs page, first in runs, second in average, OPS, that's good. Starting pitchers, fifth in WHIP or first in ERA, whatever one you like, that's pretty good. Relievers, first in WHIP, second in ERA. They don't walk anybody either. So, they're not putting people on and putting pressure on the defense. And then also the defense is great. Second and outs above average. Like, they are literally doing every single part of the game. They're performing, and they still got some guys that can get hot. I mean, this is just a very impressive start for the Braves. The pitching obviously is probably the biggest. I'm going to talk about Martin Perez, but the pitching staff coming into the year with some injuries was going to be the biggest question mark, and they've been maybe the biggest strength of this freaking team. It's great to watch.
They look good. The defense, some of Dubon's defensive stats have him as one of the best defenders. Like, the list he's on, it's like Bobby Witt is the best, and then Julio, a couple of their other guys that you would expect, and then it's like Mauricio Dubon. He's always fighting for playing time, and he's moving all over the field. That guy is an asset. Phillies, it's interesting, man. I think their pitching should be better. Like, they're not walking guys. They are striking guys out, but the ERA and WHIP are not there. I think the offense has to go, which we've probably said. We've said that a couple times now, but it's what this team was built on. But we've also mentioned that middle of the lineup, it can be a little not what we remember it being with the Phillies. That I don't know. I feel like 2 years ago they got off to a slow start and then they kind of kicked into gear, but they're waiting for the good things to happen. Felix Reyes, hello.
I want to see something real quick.
Perfect.
I'm looking it up. Bryce Harper, decent start to the year. Had a couple chances on Sunday's game. Didn't really come through. I want to look runners in scoring position. Getting it up right now. Where is it, guys? Scoring position, and we're looking for OPS, and we're looking, and where are the Phillies at? All right, you know what? They're doing better than I thought they were. They're actually 10th in the league, 755 OPS. In that, maybe batting average is better stat for runners in scoring position, right?
It's an argument.
Interesting. That they're 20th in. Seems to me like they need to do a better job of that. Shelfie put out a video saying that he thinks every single game goes the same with them. They get out to a lead or score early on and then just get blanked the rest of the game. So something needs to change with the Phillies in that regard. Yeah, the offense has kind of been the Achilles heel for them, which I don't think will be a season-long problem.
Man, they've lost 4 of their 5 home series this year. Worst run differential in baseball. So it's bad. They are getting covered up by the Mets, the Giants, Astros, but it's starting to get threat level midnight. They got to kick into gear, especially if the Braves are going to be the best at scoring runs and ERA.
Taijuan Walker needs to get it going. He's had some first inning stuff. They changed his routine to try to figure out how to make him better in the first inning. Opener is obviously an option here. We'll see how it goes.
The Boo Birds were getting loud.
They should be.
Nice, Trev. Look at you. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, enough of that East Coast-ish. Although, the Tampa Bay Rays and the Pittsburgh Pirates. I hit this on the way through with a lot of my thoughts. Again, if the Pirates sweep that middle game, which I think if a little mini hurricane doesn't come through, it'd probably be a little more Pirates love. Nope. the Pirates continue. There's a Spencer Horwitz fun fact, and then I think Connor Griffin's defense is a topic.
Shout out Mitch Keller.
Yeah.
Huge day for him. Loved to see that, especially, a big bullpen game, the game before, be able to come throw 7 innings pitch and kind of hold the bullpen back. That's big. What do you want to talk about Griffin's defense? Because it has been a little shoddy. I do want to talk about the Chandler Simpson thing with him.
Yeah, let's do that then, because I think a lot of people probably saw him do the whoopsie-doo dunkaroo where he spiked it, and we watched that play, and everyone was like, well, yeah, he kind of got ran into, and it was just a weird play that it was what it was. This one also weird. I guess I want your thoughts before I give mine.
I don't know where he was. What are you doing? Why are you going that wide? Like, there's absolutely no reason to go that wide. When he catches the ball, he could just kind of plant his foot and go straight towards. He sees Simpson way out of the baseline to the right or to his left, and he kind of like gravitates toward him. Like, he just needs to plant there and go straight to first base, and instead he takes like an extra step out. Like, why is that? To me, is the game just sped up on him like crazy right there. Like, Simpson gave himself up. So people are saying that he went and took him out. Like, no, he didn't. He gave himself up, and Connor Griffin ran into him right there. As a shortstop, everything is in front of you, turning in double play. So you see where the runner's at. It was a good feed. And again, you just got to get your momentum going towards the base, plant that right foot and go. And he just takes this extra step right here with the right foot. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know if he's anticipating Simpson coming back towards the bag because he's out wide there.
He's so far out. Like, just stay in front. Like, you get the ball here, go.
Yeah, I mean, it feels
towards first.
Like you're saying, Simpson's trying to do like the courteous thing to kind of be out of the way, and he ends up in the way. I think you're right. I think the phrase I would use right now for Connor Griffin is that it's happening kind of fast out there right now, which happens for a lot of young guys. That it's just going to be interesting to track. Does that the light bulb could kick in tomorrow, kind of like Kurt's Common Nick last year, or sometimes it takes a guy a minute. That it's going to be interesting to track because, God, if he does kick in a gear, the Pirates' outlook on this season for me would change. Like they're showing what they can do. Their bullpen being strong. I didn't have that coming into the year. Marcel the Barozuna starting to hit.
Pitching has been great for them. They're getting, they got some guys really showing up in that lineup as well. The Spencer Horwitz stat you're about to read is mind-blowing to me.
10 for 10 lifetime against Nick Martinez. 3 doubles, a homer. What is that?
Don't know, because Nick Martinez is one of those guys that throws a bunch of pitches. So, it's weird to be able to stay on a guy like that. I don't know. To me, he's not a guy that you would see someone go 10 for 10 against, but Spencer Horwitz is just, he's in sync. He's in rhythm with him. That's crazy.
10 for 10 is, that's near impossible.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, except you're just in rhythm with the guy, and I'm sure you can say, hey, his bat path matches up with the ball flight of Martinez, but it's more than that, dude. I keep seeing our guys, said this, and I don't know how to say his name, but Lance Brodowski.
Okay.
He's on Twitter. They keep referencing that past performance has no bearing on future performance against pitchers. I'm like, it does though.
Right.
It does though. It means something at the very least. Like, you could go up to a guy and say, all right, you hit this guy really well. And I have guys, I'm like, yeah, I do, but I don't know how. And those guys, I would say, yeah, future performance not guaranteed. Some guys, you come to me and say, you see this guy really well. It's like, yeah, the ball looks massive against him. There is a difference. And if you went to hitters, they would tell you which one it was. And that is an indicator. And that does mean something. If you're always just seeing the ball earlier and bigger, it means something. So I got to push back against these guys a little bit. I know what the statistics say, and that they'll continue to go for that. I'll say it is case by case. There are some guys where like you just know you're going to knock, no matter what.
Spencer Horwitz Friend on Instagram, I just messaged him. I said 10 for 10 against Martinez. What the fuck is that about? So
I like that.
we'll find out. I want to hear it from the Bears' mouth. The Bears' mouth. Okay. Today's episode is sponsored by Hims. If something's been off in the bedroom, you're not the only one. ED is more common than most guys think, and the difference now is that getting treatment is easier than ever. Hims connects you with licensed healthcare professionals online, giving you simple access to ED treatment options from your own home. Through Hims, you can complete a simple online intake, and a provider will review your information to determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment ships directly to your door. Discreet packaging that includes sildenafil, also known as generic for Viagra, available through Hims at up to 95% less than the brand name version. To get simple, online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/talkin. That's hims.com/talkin for your free online visit. hims.com/talkin. Prescription required. See website for details and important safety information. Sildenafil is the generic version of Viagra. Viagra is a registered trademark of Viatris Specialty LLC, a Viatris company. Hims Inc. is not affiliated with or endorsed by Viatris Specialty LLC. Reds, Twins, I'll let you chef.
I don't know. Go Reds, go, dude. They're able to take advantage of miscues by the Twins. A couple tough plays defensively in game 2. I believe it was game 2. Brooks Lee kind of boots one in the 9th. It could have been Friday as well. Forget which one that was. And then Tristan Gray kind of has one go off his glove, and Austin Martin also boots one. So Ellie De La Cruz takes advantage of that. They did it. They look like a good team, man. They got good timely hitting. Ellie's running all over the field. Sal Stewart looks good. Eugenio kind of coming up clutch when he needs to. Kind of the only blemish on Joe Ryan's day. And then Emilio Pagan, former Twin, just getting a couple saves, shoving it right in front of everybody. So happy for the Reds. Sucks for my Twins. They have a lot of work to do, man. Even when they were in first place, that was another one of those things. You're like, okay, well, a lot of season left. A lot of things have been going right. They have to figure out defensively kind of what they're doing. It doesn't look good right now. I think that's a big thing for them and it's not like people are necessarily out of position because that's like where they've played, but maybe they need to start thinking about other people at those positions. Okay. Without saying too much.
Yeah, I think Reds right now are if you're into expected wins and losses, run differential, essentially the same thing. They're playing it over their skis right now, and that's because they're winning every close game they're in, which I'll say this in defense of them. Sometimes there's just years where that happens, and Reds have been kind of looking for that year that, hey, getting this hot start. We mentioned when he first went down, like, what if this Reds team is 10 games above 500 and they get Hunter Green back? What if, they've pretty much had 2 dudes going on offense. What if a couple more guys join the party? That the NL Central, you're right. There's been a lot of Central bickering on this program throughout. I like all of these teams. Pirates was the team I was the most skeptical about in the NL Central, and they are currently living up to their billing with more to it. So I'm fascinated to see where it goes, man. Like, Cubs and Brewers bringing up the rear right now.
They can do a little bit of everything, the Reds. They can hit the long ball. They can steal bases. Game 2, I mentioned, Brooks Lee kind of boots the ball in the hole. They sack bunt. Dave Myers gets a base hit. They take the lead. Like, that's his, so good fundamental baseball. Love to see it. Not against my Twins, but they're a good watch, man. They do everything well. One of those teams.
Tito. D-backs, Blue Jays. D-backs take 2 out of 3. They continue to win series. They also have some run differential stuff, but hey, they had that amazing East Coast trip. I mentioned Soroka and Arenado has had a couple big games for them, which they needed to see at some point. I guess the bigger thing is their Toronto worries. They're another team that the start is disappointing.
A little bit of bullpen worries for them. Hoffman, even even last year during the year struggled. I think he turned it on during the playoffs, except for Game 7 of the World Series. He gets the big Corbin Carroll go-ahead grand slam, which, look, Corbin Carroll's going to get a lot of people. But he's had his struggles. I wonder what they do with kind of at the back end of that bullpen if that continues. I mean, Hoffman has shown flashes of being good and then shown that, kind of homer prone to some degree. So there is that. I think it's great by them. You get this happening. I have a word for this. I told you. Take the lead in the 8th and win it in the 9th. I'm calling it a material change. Let it sink in for a little bit.
I'm going to, because everyone's initial reaction is not great.
It can't be like something funny. It has to be serious. It's a serious thing. A material change. How many material changes do the Diamondbacks have this year? I think it works.
I'm going to leave my heart open.
No,
it's not loving it. I want like a one word hyphen thing.
It took me a while to come up with that, man.
It's intense.
Let's keep going. We'll keep going with it. But to get material change like that and then to come back the next day and put up 8 in the first, this is the Diamondbacks life of a Diamondbacks fan. I talk to Dalton about this all the time. They can't play regular baseball games. They have Corbin Carroll do it in game 2, and they come out and they have a starting pitcher that almost gets hitted, as Dalton put it.
Yeah. Tough
8
day.
8 runs in the first.
Tough day for Ryan. Getaway game. Both teams take that.
Material change.
Everyone is. Jeff Hoffman could use a little material change. Schneider gives him a vote of confidence. Let's see. Lourdes Gurriel Jr.'s back, which I remember when he got hurt, it was like maybe we'll see him in August, and now he's throwing guys out from left field. So that changes the environment. A little Pina. Let's see. What else do we have, Coach? Giants, Nats. I'm talking a little Giants coming up in a little bit that I'm a little clear of this series.
Okay, can't wait to hear Giants talk. Can I give you a little Nationals talk then?
Always.
I thought it was really a great managerial move. They went Michaelis to Alvarez in the last game, and they kind of got the job done. And it was a weird spot to remove Michaelis. I think it was no runs and 4 2/3. Usually a pitcher would be like, no,
right.
I would like to get my win here. Instead, he goes to the bullpen and they get the job done. I thought that was, especially for a 33-year-old manager to go pull out Miles Michaelis, who's a veteran. I thought that was, I don't know. I saw it. And I was like, okay. Usually pitchers would say no to that, and he didn't.
Give him one more. Yeah, a couple funny pitching lines this weekend. What was it? The Royals game too. Just two Royals pitchers went 4 innings, which you just don't see that a lot. Maybe that's future baseball. Maybe it's not. Yeah, more Giants coming up. Brewers, Marlins. I'm mad. I was gonna make it. I mean, was it a Crow versus Junk? We've got a new Brewers pitcher to watch. Coleman Crow versus Jansen Junk. Like, that's just can't be doing that. What'd you see besides my guy Sonoha?
Sonoha took over the game. The Garrett Mitchell hit at the in the top of the 10th was a big one for them. Brewers kind of taking advantage of some bad baseball. The Augustine Ramirez kind of like whiff on the throw home from Xavier Edwards was interesting to me. I mean, you can't give the Brewers, any sort of leash because they're going to take advantage of it. I wanted to see that one again to see really if I thought when I saw the play initially that ball might have cut out of Xavier Edwards' hand because it looked like Augustine Ramirez was set up perfectly to catch it. I didn't mind his feet actually, and then he just whiffed it. So I don't know if the ball cut on him or not.
Yeah,
he went to go make the double play, which I don't mind you trying to set your feet up that way because usually he waited long enough to kind of set his feet is what I'm saying. And then it just kind of I feel like that ball cut. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I like what you're saying there. I mean, I think either way you kind of got to squeeze it, but
You got to make sure you get one right there.
Right.
Yes. But typically, when you get that play, you want to try to get the two. Didn't happen for them. You mentioned Bryce Terang, just an absolute stud. Brandon Woodruff, absolute stud. Sandy was a little shaky here in this game, in the second game. But yeah, the Brewers are kind of they're right where they need to be. Jacob Mizorowski kind of got to, he can be so freaking good, or he can just kind of lose command. I want to see more consistency out of him. I know he's striking a ton of people out, but we need more consistency with the command from him.
Him and Yuri all freak show game 3. And yeah, if you like a good breaking ball or a fun breaking ball, let's see what it is. Coleman Crow, what the voodoo he's spinning out of his hands.
Yeah.
I asked my pitching guru, John Boy, and he's like, I think that can work. Because it almost looks bizarre, a couple of them.
Oof.
Yeah,
Oof.
man. It's got some real bite on it. I love the family just absolutely going ballistics in the stands. Jesus, grindy, coach. Dodgers, Rocks, I don't know. Rocks are amazing.
Go.
Go Rocks, go.
Win the series tonight.
Go
the Dodgers
Rocks,
care?
go.
Not at all.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Dalton Rushing keeps homering. Kind of tough press conference after the game.
Weird quote about them. It was weird they were swinging first pitch. Or fishy, he said?
It was a weird one. I didn't love it.
Okay.
I didn't love it.
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk some Giants in a minute. Road Warriors. Let's keep grooving, man.
It's time for Standout Performances. This guy stood out for Trev.
Say what?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to go with the guy who's been in the headlines for a little bit on social media and also just for being a good player, Nico Hoerner. 3 for 5 with a homer, 2 runs driven in. On Friday, also had the game-winning sac fly where PCA went into the stands and was partying. Gotta love that for him. That was a lot of fun. But a guy who we have just kind of put into a box a little bit. Hey, the guy's just a good second. He plays a great defense in second base, and he can slap the ball around a little bit. How about leading all of baseball in runs driven in, people? How about that? A little bit of discourse online about how WAR is not a good stat for Nico Hoerner. I would vehemently disagree with that. I think it's the best stat ever for Nico Hoerner.
Yeah, right.
He absolutely got paid, and in a different era might not have. But that's for another day. I just think, again, we have him in this box of the guy can play defense and run the bases, and that's all great. But he's hitting 325. 402, he's 345ing it.
Yeah.
325, 402, 518 for the 920 OPS. I mentioned he leads all of baseball in runs driven in, and Cubs are hot because of it.
Yeah, I did a bit on Hoerner last episode with y'all because it's just crazy what this guy's doing. When he came up against Kimbrel, it was basically
wild, by the way, that was the Mets option. I know he's been okay this year, but
yeah, and it's just I'll tell you what, the option on the other side is better. Like Hoerner, I can't believe they didn't walk 2 guys to load the bases like we talked about.
But who
previously.
would it have been? Been a 3-hole hitter?
Yeah, so it would have been Bregman, which again, it's not a great spot to be in, but at least you're giving yourself other opportunities than Nico Hoerner, who's going to put the ball in play off of Craig Kimbrel. And this
with
is what
PCA at third base,
right? Like you're not giving yourself a shot. This is where of the same note, Hoerner, I kind of, because of the offseason chatter and because of the start he's having, and the contract extension, he's been a name talked about a lot. Dude, Terang also 3.45ing. He's got a 1.0 OPS, leading the NL in on-base percentage with 4 homers, with 6 steals. Like, those two have been a tandem because Milwaukee and Chicago, kind of the punchy defensive second baseman. It's like, these guys
they're raking.
Ballers. That's not my standout.
And Bryce Terang is on the hot boy list, according to
Yeah, you're in the doghouse for that.
Taylor texted me, not happy with
Taylor's mad at you.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
Nope. Because then I get in trouble. I'm not doing it. I'm not defending your actions.
Sorry, Taylor.
I don't think that's going to be enough. I mentioned I want to talk some Giants because I always do. And I'm going with Elliot Ramos. Yes, I get sucked in by Drew Gilbert's antics. Boxing the manager, which you don't see a ton of that these days. Elliot Ramos, he in this national series, he has back to I mean, this is insane. This is insane. Drew Gilbert's my favorite player.
Guy loves the shower.
Has a good time in the shower.
Yeah.
1,000%. Ramos, I guess the game you'd highlight would be the 12-inning win where he has 3 hits, homer, double. He has a homer in the game before that. He's picking up steam. After a slow start, kind of got benched. Had to come off the bench the series before against Cincinnati. This series, he's back in the lineup, hit in every game, 2 home runs, 4 RBI in that first game. And, for me, he was playing with a certain energy I like. This was a big body language weekend for me. The Royals, like I mentioned, they were just in a horrific place. My guy Jordan was in left field, and one of the homers sailed over his head. And we talked about, sometimes how outfielders react to home runs. Look at Ramos there, slapping himself around a little bit, round and second. Jordan did a almost rude outfielder turn to his pitcher. Like he literally just slowly did like a lap around to make it look like he watched it. I think we've hit the part of the season where if you're feeling bad, you're starting to feel real bad. Ramos getting benched, coming off, hitting 2 home runs. Since the opening weekend, the Giants are kind of playing 500 ball. The energy, we're talking about Vitello we're not talking about Vitello unless he's shadowboxing Drew Gilbert. Like, things have hit a level of normalcy that I'm not hating the product. The guys on the Giants who need to be guys on the Giants, that's the recipe. And Ramos is supposed to be one of those guys, man. So hopefully if he can get it on track going forward, they need Chapman to be Chapman. He did a little bit of that this weekend. They need Devers to find his hot streak. They're getting some performances out of their pitchers in their bullpen. Tough ask with the Dodgers coming up at home. But yeah, I like the energy Ramos brought to the field after a series where he got benched.
Okay. Ryan Walker, tightrope, escaping that. That was great for them. I've kind of written the Giants off already, man. I will give them a chance. Just like you made me give Ollie Marmol a chance. I'm going to give the Giants a chance.
Hey, look at that, by the way. Yeah, we're still, hey, Giants, welcome Yamamoto, Ohtani, Glasnow. And then that gets followed by Sandy and Yuri. So maybe I should be selling my Giants stock. Not yet. I believe in Drew Gilbert. Trev, could have been a lot of guys here. Corbin Carroll's go-ahead grand slam. Troy Johnston for those Rockies. Dingler, Eddie Julien.
Kyle Carroll's hit a homer. Shout out.
Absolutely. There's pitchers. Sometimes we don't give them enough love. Let's see if any of them are on in Fuego.
Dirt Nasty's on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
We're going to start in Sacramento. Near Humboldt.
Sandy.
Which is a weed place.
I want to go to Sacramento, man. I keep seeing fans on the grass.
I don't know why you want to go.
Because it's not going to exist in a little bit.
Okay.
And right now it looks nice.
It's not. I'm not saying like it's terrible. Don't go. I'm just curious why. But that makes sense. If it's a fleeting thing, you want to say you went to a game there. I understand that. Well, I'm talking about the other team that was there over the weekend. Munetaka Murakami, 5 for 12, 3 homers, and they were just absolutely majestic. He's homered in 3 straight games. The second time he's had 3 consecutive games with a homer this season. And by the way, we're 20 games in.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell it is. That's insane. I'll lump in Colson Montgomery with him as well. He went 4 for 11, a double and 2 homers. in that series. And those boys can hit the ball a long way. Your guy, Cody Bellinger, 5 for 11, a double, 2 homers, 5 runs driven in that sweep of the Royals. Mason Wynn winning 5 for 15, a double, a homer. He's got a 6-game hitting streak. He's recorded multiple runs driven in 4 straight games against the Astros, all in Houston, which is where he's from, right?
Yes.
Pretty sure about that. Oh, here it is. Yeah. He graduated from Kingwood High School, 25 miles northeast of downtown Houston. So getting the job done at home, you love to see it. For the week, Jake, of course, it's always him. It's always Brian Rocchio, and spell it right. Brayyan, 9 for 20, a double, 2 homers, 8 runs driven in. How about quality at bats? You like those, Jake?
Love them.
Because he has a 56% quality at bat rate with 2 strikes this season. That's second best in all of the AL, only behind the best hitter, second best hitter in the AL, Yordan Alvarez. How about Oswald Peraza?
Crazy.
Speaking of your former Flames,
Wild.
8 for 20 for the Angels, a double, 2 homers, 4 runs driven in during the week. Marcell Ozuna of the Pittsburgh Pirates, 10 for 26, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 7 runs driven in. And Dylan Dingler goes 8 for 19 on the week, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 7 runs driven in. Mentioned he hit one off of Garrett Crochet to dead central in Boston. I always felt like that's a great place to hit a homer. Everyone thinks over the monster's great. Go to dead center. It's still a big wall. They got the Bermuda Triangle out there. If you can do that, you're a stud. Dingler became the first Tigers player since Prince Fielder and Miguel Cabrera in 2013 to record 18 or more runs driven in their first 16 starts. And that is a laser off the wall. And he also hits a homer, too. That's his in Fuego, Jake. Here it is. I want to see it. Oh, you had it up. Show it.
No.
No.
Dylan Dingler.
We're looking. There it is.
See, that might be
saying, though, about center in Fenway.
Wow, the wind took that a little bit, too, because, I know what you're saying, because it's a curious... Outfielders approach that wall the same way every time that you kind of can't tell if it's getting out or not.
Highest center field wall in all of baseball. Got to be, right?
Oh, interesting. Probably.
I'm thinking about Houston for some reason.
Arizona's got that weird... What is that wall about up there? There's just a
What
line.
is it? Which one?
Arizona.
Oh, yeah. But they have the yellow line.
Right. But it's up there. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay. I did get a good laugh at where was there? Did the Nationals have a tall center field? I thought I saw.
It's a taller regular wall. It's not like a wall like that though.
Where the hell were my Cardinals? In Houston, I think it was Nathan Church, who they must have like a 12-foot wall in Houston, and you saw him, a home run went over, and he did his best robbery just to basically see if he could get his glove above it. And he does. He wasn't robbing anything, but it was just to show that, like, he thought about it before the game. Is there any possible way I can get up there to get one? That's some advanced scouting. Great job on Fuego, Trev. Let's bring it down.
Hey man, you've been struggling lately. It's time to pick it up.
The good news is the goal of this segment is to get some people to migrate from batters who are struggling to Fuego. I think we've seen Ozuna, I believe, is one of the first people to do that this year. Chandler Simpson, I believe, has been on both lists, but in opposite order. He's in a 5 for 28 right now. Speed don't slump, except right now. Same with Evan Carter. He's in a 2 for 20, 0.67 against relief pitchers this year. That's the lowest in Major League Baseball. Isaac Paredes. Interesting year for him going on. He's 3 for 23 right now. A bunch of trade rumors. Second lowest slugging. Whoa. Second slugging?
I don't mind that.
I know you don't. Slugging just 200 in non-2 strike counts this season. That's the second lowest in the AL. Dalt fucking in his bag. Maikel Garcia's in a 3 for 24, and Chase DeLauder's in a 1 for 19. the league always finds a way. Luckily, playoff Rocchio showed up in mid-April. For 2 weeks, Key Brian Hayes, a featured plant on this program previously, 0 for 29. Yikes. Wenzel Perez in a 1 for 26. Mark Vientos, we thought it was back. 2 for 33, slugging 040 in pitchers counts. Bad. Giancarlo Stanton, a little 5 for 42. Okay. OPS of 190 against lefties.
Whoa.
That's the second lowest in baseball this season. And Luis Garcia Jr. for those fighting Nats. He's in a 4 for 34. Yeah. The good news for those guys, health is wealth, and they are not on the IL list. But the guys who are, this is a John Boy Media murderer's row. Zach McKinstry, Jimmy Norp, Zach McKinstry, left hip abdominal. I can't talk today. Daniel Palencia, left oblique. All Storielli team. Send the message, Trev. Patrick Wisdom, you now left oblique 4 to 6 weeks. I think it was like his first at bat too. I'll double check that. Duran out of the Phillies pen, left oblique. Hopefully a short stint. Send the message, Trev. Jorge Polanco for the Mets, right wrist contusion. Your guy. What is this?
What's happening?
Is this a prank? Joey Loperfido, kind of clear from us. Although we like saying the name, right quad. Let's see what's going on there. Returning from the IL, Kyle Stowers for Miami. Make that
Almost
matter.
went back on it.
Yeah. Hit by the first pitch, right? First at bat. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. mentioned he's back. And how's your knuckler? Matt Waldron, back for San Diego. Oh, Waldron's hot. That's not an actual call. That's who's back from the IL. Let's start everyone's week. Awards are brought to you by SeatGeek. Trev, where are you going?
Shout out to Mud.
Yeah.
Of the Orsillo and Mud broadcast for reaching out to us. He was happy that we gave him an award.
Holy sheets!
Holy sheets, baby.
Yeah.
That was cool. It's cool to give him his flowers and him recognize it. I'm going with the Pros Pro Award. And immediately I texted our group chat, said, I'm taking this guy for my award. It's going to Martin Perez. If you know anything about what's going on with him, well, he's been a pitcher in the big leagues for 15 years, a left-handed starter with not overpowering stuff, just a guy that keeps the ball off the barrel of the bat. He's been doing it for so long. Signs a minor league pact with the Braves in the offseason. Comes, I think it's a $3.5 million deal, but not a guaranteed one because minor league pact. Comes out, nice start to the season. Kind of has one iffy start of his first 4, but has been really, really good. Problem is, when you get to be this age, this actually happened to me as well. Sometimes teams will just need an extra reliever and not need you in the rotation, or just don't need your services. So the Braves DFA him and just pray that he clears waivers. Because any team was free to pick him up at that $3.5 million rate. Somehow he goes unclaimed. There's a lot of teams out there that need starting pitching that for a prorated $3.5 million, so you're probably on the hook for, let's just call it 3. I would have taken the chance on Martin Perez. I would have. I know he was banged up last year, but he's a guy that can give you innings. Ends up going unclaimed. Signs back with the Braves after kind of mulling over his options. He said, I looked around the league, had some offers, decided the best fit for me was the Braves. I mean, hey, they're the best team in baseball right now, one of them. Ends up coming back after all of that, spending a few days at home with his family, goes on to throw a shutout. 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, only 4 hits. Just a guy that you can rely on, essentially, that handled that situation very well. And I guess the Braves they're not the only team that does this. I mentioned the Tampa Bay Rays did this to me when I was with them. They say, hey, we're going to send you down, but as soon as September call-ups come back, you're going to be right back up. I thought they were lying to me. They didn't. This is a little bit different because he had to re-sign with them, but they ended up bringing him back, and he just goes and does his job. He's a pro's pro, and he's been a big reason why the Braves and that kind of injured pitching staff have been able to weather this storm. Not even weather the storm. They're riding the waves of the storm, man. They're crushing it right now. And you got to have guys like this willing to just kind of like buckle down, do their job. And in an interesting situation, Martin Perez comes out looking like, I don't know. Like, how do you not love that guy? Like, I guarantee after that game, every single person at clubhouse came up to him and just gave a big hug. Like, you're a stud, man. Way to handle the pressure. He said he wasn't happy about it, but he's a pro's pro, comes, does it for the Braves, and both him and the Braves off to just a fantastic start to the year.
Rob, if you could roll the Martin Perez highlights again, because it honestly made me think about developing a theory about guys that can actually locate. Because in the clip that Rob just put up on the screen, we're talking the corner of the new strike zone. Well, okay, maybe not that one to start, but especially against Bohm, I think these upcoming couple pitches, I don't know, man. And now that, look at that. Now that we can measure the strike zone and like we actually know what it is, like look where Martin Perez is dotting the ball. Like maybe, and this is going to get us with the young heads, Trev. Location's going to come back?
Oh, baby.
I don't know.
I mean, it still plays. Like, I get velo's great, but like location still plays. Again, I feel like people just need to ask hitters some things every once in a while. I don't know, guys that have been in the box against all these pitchers their entire lives. Like, hey, when a guy is spotting up and can mix his pitches and stay out of the middle of the strike zone, it's tough to hit. And guess what? When a guy throws 100 miles an hour, it's also tough to hit. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other.
Paul O'Neill, who's a gem in the Yankees booth, he was talking about, I forget if it was Jazz. Yeah, Jazz doesn't have his first homer on the season yet. And Paul O'Neill was talking about hitting, and he goes, dude, when I was struggling, my only focus was to have a good swing, because you hit home runs on bad pitches by pitchers, but I don't control that. What I control is my swing. Like, it's very kind of cerebral from Paul O'Neill, who's kind of a goofy, quirky guy, but it very much is like, if the pitcher doesn't put it there, then I can't hit it for a home run. And I just thought it's a very basic way to chop up hitting, but it's like, yeah, so if you keep it out of that honey hole, you're normally pretty good.
There's a lot of that around the league, man. Logan Webb, sinkers at the bottom of the zone, tough to elevate, probably going to end up being good because ground balls are outs in the big leagues. Like, there's just things that are they make sense.
Put it in our binders. My final award, again, brought to you by SeatGeek. Code TALKIN2026, 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. I'm going to give out the how many C's. And I don't know. We could be talking about a lot of things. It could be talking about C's get degrees, us still trying to find a name for the eighth inning. What'd you call it?
Material change.
That's just a lot, dog. That's just a lot.
I was pretty excited to bring that one to you.
I like the feeling of it.
Yeah, it's a serious thing.
But I want it to be like tracked as a stat, and that doesn't have that energy.
MC.
Yeah. Anyways, how many C's? We're talking about thick, Trev. Thick. And there's a player, Talking Baseball favorite when he first came up. I think John Bino was on it. Old thick neck Josh Young.
Oh, my God.
I
didn't know where you're going with this.
Josh Young putting together some stats. He had a big week. 9+ extra base hits. First Ranger player since Adrian Beltre. Okay. His batting average and OPS are second on the team to Nimmo, who's been going off this year. He's wrecking breaking balls. 471, the best in baseball on breaking pitches this year. And Trev, for me, I stumble into a few of these guys every year where I look at the stats And if you just put on some different lenses, you can make them feel a lot better. Like Josh Young's last year, when you look at the stats, 131 games, 251, 294, a 684 OPS. Doesn't get you jazzy. It is a 101 OPS plus because that Texas ballpark has been traditionally pretty tough to hit in. He's a career 107 OPS plus. He's 28 years old. I'm going a little bit from the Story Ellie metric of he's just always looked like a ball player. I don't know if it's the high socks. I don't know if it's just the way he plays third base. He graded out well last year defensively. So far this year, not grading out well. It's a small sample size. But he's hitting the ball. 820 OPS. He's just someone I've liked from the eye test of the stuff we can't measure, that I've always thought there's more in there, and he's just part of that Texas Rangers team that's been kind of tantalizing the past couple years. That, I don't know, if he plays like the high-level, borderline all-star third baseman he could be, that would change Texas's outlook. That I like that Josh Young, thick neck, is off to a hot start.
Jake, he started out the year 0 for 17 in his first 4 games.
Okay.
Since then, 52 at-bats, 20 hits, 385, 441, 635 for the one daughter.
I like that.
Yeah, he
Feels
got
like
hot right away. Philly had him in a chokehold, man. He went 0 for 12 in that series. First game against Baltimore, 0 for 5. Then since the calendar struck April, he's been a stud.
Got a dual groan out of me and Dalton when you said since the calendar hit April. Says something about all of us in a way. Coach, grindy. Good to have you
Not
back.
really. I loved it. I loved every second.
Well, if you love this, go check out Baseball Today with Trevor Plouffe and Chris Rose. We'll be back with the midweek episode. Life advice? No. Let's see what the baseball gods give us.
Jake sucks. It's really 420 today.
Yeah.
You know, I'm past that in my life.
I wouldn't say you're past it. I think it comes in waves.
I'm pretty past it.
Okay, maybe you're past it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll say that.
I'm a champion now.
It's true.
No one could ever take that away from me.
Big old lag putt.